Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. Jordan, and this is SHC Live. Our top story on this Tuesday, October 27th. This past Saturday, SHC hosted the first virtual open house in school history as prospective families were invited to check out Sacred Heart Cathedral from the comfort of their own homes. Over 4,000 guests, and yes, that is an all-time school record for an open house, enjoyed an interactive video map of the campus and visited with current students, teachers, coaches, and administrators throughout the day. If you were involved, we want to thank you for your participation in yet another great day to be Irish. Up next is our weekly feature, LaSalle Vincentian Words of Wisdom. Each week, adults in our community offer practical advice in this segment, and this week, SHC's Technical Theater Director, Mr. Tim Mahoney, offers us some very timely advice as we so often find ourselves using video these days to communicate.
Hello, my name is Mr. Mahoney, and I'm your Technical Theater Director at Sacred Heart Cathedral. Today, I want to talk to you about video. I'm going to give you a few suggestions for you to follow when you're creating a video for a mass, for a project, or for something like this, SHC Live. Most of you are using the camera on your laptop, but the camera on your phone is probably a lot better, so when you get a chance, do a comparison. Also, if you are going to upgrade, there are very good webcams out there, but there are also very cheap knockoffs. So the best thing to do is probably find somebody who's using a camera that's very good and ask them what they're using. When you are filming yourself, film only in widescreen. Don't film in portrait mode. If you're filming yourself for TikTok or an Instagram, still film in widescreen because you can crop these images for those platforms. When you do film yourself so your entire upper body is in the frame. Don't be too close, so you're just a giant head, or too far away so that it affects your sound. If you film yourself this way, then you have a lot more flexibility if you do want to crop or adjust yourself in post-production. Which brings us to lighting. Work in a well-lit room with a light shining on your face. Don't work near a window or have a very bright light source in the frame or behind you. And unless you have a green screen, don't use a Zoom background. We've all seen them. They're dumb. Don't use them. Lastly, set your camera up on a tripod or put your laptop up on a stack of books so that your camera is eye level. Don't be looking down at the camera or be distracted by reading something so your eyes aren't staring at the camera. The camera is the viewer. Look at it. And absolutely do not hold the camera in your hand as you film. It doesn't look good. The camera shakes when you talk. And if you need any other reason, just don't do it because I said so. So these are just a couple of tips I have for you to make better videos for your presentations. Next time I'll talk to you guys about sound because all of you sound like you're either underwater or in a cave. For SHC Live, this is Mr. Mahoney.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mahoney. No more Zoom backgrounds for me, I promise. I hope everyone contributing to our show takes advantage of that solid advice at least. And of course, we look forward to the companion audio piece someday soon. Practical advice for all. Thank you, Mr. Mahoney. Election Day is just 1 week away, and here now with an Emerald perspective is Junior Margot Hart.
Hey SHC, my name is Margot Hart. I'm the Assistant Editor-in-Chief of the Emerald, SHC's student-run newspaper. This week, we asked students their opinions on the upcoming 2020 presidential election, and as always, SHC has something to say about it. 90% of students report they'll be supporting the election of the Democratic nominee, Joe Biden. One student summarized what many students reported feeling, saying, "I think we're all feeling super overwhelmed with all the issues that Americans face at once." Another student encouraged everyone who is able to vote to do so in this presidential election because everyone's vote matters. The full results of this poll we published at the end of the week. Meanwhile, student opinions on past debates and much more are already on our website, shcpemerald.org. Also, be sure to follow our Instagram at shcpemerald for updates on school news. And for the Emerald, I'm Margot Hart.
Thank you, Margot. Check out SHCP Emerald at shcp.org for continuing coverage of this important election, and we can expect to hear from the Emerald again in our Election Day episode just 1 week from today. They say we learn something new every day. Today, for me, that thing is Capamelia.
Hello, we are members of the Sacred Heart Cathedral's Capamelia, a student-led community that celebrates the Filipino-American culture and would like to share that October is also Filipino-American History Month. October has been designated as Filipino American History Month since 2009 in recognition of the first Filipinos to arrive in Morro Bay, California on October 18, 1587. Throughout the month, we celebrate the Filipino American people and their long history in the United States. We invite you to join students, alumni, and faculty to our community meetings every other Tuesday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. You can find student leaders Kyla Lopez, Kiara Diokino, Nicole Malbarang, and Justin Pacho on Schoology for more information.
All right, thank you, Isabel and Dr. Bailon. Time now for another installment of At a Distance. This week, we get a chance to see how coaches Andy Chan and Colin Poise are bringing strength and conditioning into remote cross-country workouts.
All right, here we go. Let's go 20 jumping jacks to start. Ready, begin.
Thank you, coaches, athletes, and of course, Mr. Mahoney for editing that very cool piece. We conclude this week's show with a look back at the most recent Hot Ones competition between Kayla Bulaong, Eric Kostad, and Finn Malone. SHC Live executive producers Mia Pardini and Mia Franceschi put together another version of the popular Hot Ones sip counter. Enjoy. That's it for week 7 of SHC Live. As always, we remind you to submit ideas for video segments, and now you know how to produce much better videos, so we hope that you will consider doing that. You can submit your ideas for those segments to SHC Live at shcp.edu. This, once again, is Mr. Jordan signing off until next Tuesday. Look for our Election Day coverage in that episode, and live Jesus in our hearts forever.